Have you ever eaten way too much pasta and thought the best way to fix your self-esteem after is to lug this heavy white board out from under your couch and get berated with insults about your weight while leaning back and forth?
That's obese.
Oh, well, I did. Our story starts back in late May after giving my wife this full-length standing mirror for her birthday, which she decided to place right here next to the bedroom door. This was a fine placement for the first few days, until I turned my head to the right one night walking to bed shirtless, where I caught a glimpse of my side profile. After gawking in horror at myself for a few nights, I thought, I should really do something about this over 20 pounds I've gained in the past 2 years. So I started thinking of how I could go about my weight loss journey. A workout plan, running, a vegan diet, and then it dawned on me. A way to possibly lose weight and exploit this process for video content. You see, every time I've tried to lose weight in the past, one thing always comes to mind. How do I make this as much like a game as possible? Then I remember the 2008 craze that swept insecure gamers' living rooms, Wii Fit. I've been dragging around this Wii Fit balance board from house to house for years, and because I have a dumb gamer brain, that's always the first thing I turn to when I think of losing weight. The problem is, I usually use it for a couple days before it turns into just doing the fun activities, which eventually devolves into playing Wii Bowling, then turns into sitting on the couch playing Wii Bowling.
I got a strike.
So now that I've got a small audience holding me accountable, it was time to try Wii Fit, until another thought crossed my mind. Has anyone ever actually lost weight using Wii Fit? Like, have they seen any actual benefit to using Wii Fit over a traditional workout? So buckle up, please keep all your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, as we go on a journey to see if Wii Fit ever actually worked. I do apologize in advance here for the quality of the Wii footage. Apparently, these guys do not communicate very well because everything's in black and white. Why? Why? When I first booted up Wii Fit for this, I instantly deleted all data from my previous attempts to give myself a clean slate. Then I filled out all the information required to start the game, like my height, age, social security number, place of birth, and my first pet's name. And there I was, ready to Wii Fit. Now for this experiment or adventure, whatever you want to call it, I wanted to set myself some guidelines. Just a few rules to keep the research on track. The game has you set a weight goal to reach in whatever time you decide, with the lowest being 2 weeks. And with my plan to see what my results would be in a 30-day period, I would end up having 2 weigh-ins with the goal set at 2 weeks apart. For the first 2-week period, I decided not to change my lifestyle in any way. Still drinking my 2 to 4 sodas a day and not watching what or how much I eat. In short, I continue to treat my body like a next to gas pump trash can. The next stipulation I would set would be that I would do an hour of Wii Fit every night with 1 night off a week to not burn myself out. Also, I'll be using the Wii Fit Plus version of the game because it contains everything from the original game, plus some extras added in. One of those extras being the routines that have 4 pre-assembled workouts for you to do, which I thought would be a great place to start. So for the first day I went straight into the tummy routine, and it left me feeling like I did nothing. The routine seemed way too short with only 4 different workouts, and most of the workouts in each set don't really feel like they do much, with half of them being balance games. So I did some other workouts I'll throw up on the screen here till my tummy hurt and I went to bed. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into every detail about every single day of this. I'm just going to cover the important stuff because you really don't want to hear me listing the same workouts I did over and over again. But after realizing that the pre-built routines pretty much did nothing, I decided to handpick a few workouts that made me sweat and actually feel like I did something. These were mostly strength exercises like the jackknives, push-up planks, single leg twists, with the few balance games that aren't just leaning left and right thrown in. Looking at you, Snowball Fight. The balance games being hula hoop that my wife was so good at she claimed every single spot on the scoreboard, giving me a whole new motivation for Wii Fit, being to place at least in last place on the scoreboard. Along with rhythm boxing, the obstacle course, and basic step. If people are paying to watch me do this, there must not be a whole lot of good entertainment in Nintendo Land. And I continued on this workout plan for the next week until I realized I did nothing but gain the entire time. Every day for the first week I gained from 0.3 pounds to 0.5 pounds.
That's obese.
And on top of that, I had to come back here every single night and get yelled at and shamed by this white rectangle that's never done a workout a day in its life. And I would know, I've been this guy's roommate for like 9 years. So 10 days in, I dropped the no lifestyle change and started cutting back on the amount I was eating and the mass amounts of sugar and caffeine I was consuming. It was time to start taking Wii Fit seriously. From here, things started looking up. I began dropping weight 0.2 pounds at a time, but even that couldn't make the balance board happy. So he had to slip in a jab reminding me of my dead childhood dog and continue calling me obese every day.
That's obese.
But I refused to let that drag me down. As I started increasing my reps as the game started unlocking more and more reps and advanced versions for each of my daily workouts. But between days 15 and 20, my weight began to start fluctuating between 1 to 3 pounds up and down each day. Even on the roller coaster of weight fluctuation I was riding, there was still one thing keeping me going. Well, two things. I still hadn't made it on the hula hoop scoreboard, but I was nailing the basic step every single night. So I thought it was time to take my basic stepping skills to the next level with an all-new audience.
That's great, honey.
After coming off the high of my very successful live show, I was ready to shed off the pounds like my dog does hair on the stairs for the last 10 days. But my confidence began to drop as I continued to fluctuate weight every day with the constant insults from the balance board pushing me to the brink, riding out the rest of this vicious cycle all the way through the 30th day, ending exactly where I started.
That's obese.
I was feeling pretty down at this point, and I wasn't sure if maybe Wii Fit had nothing to do with it, and it was really just my fault I didn't lose anything. Maybe I didn't put enough time in each night, or I didn't pick the right workouts. Like, I put in all this time to Wii Fit to gain nothing but a list of all the foods I had burned off based on the calories I burned each night, which I will now read because it's hilariously specific. 3.5 ounce fat-free tapioca, 1 apple, 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise, 1 cup of orange juice, a granola bar, specifically chocolate chip flavor, 2 ounces of turkey bacon, 1 cup of canned fruit salad, 1 ounce of fudge chocolate, an apricot, a gelatin dessert, 1 fruit-filled cereal bar, an 8-ounce cola with caffeine, 1 cup of plain yogurt, a corn on the cob with butter, 1 small pear, 1 cup of carrots dipped in 1.5 tablespoons of a low-fat dressing, 30 grapes. Yes, that's in one day. I know it's impressive. 1 cup of canned minestrone soup, 1 small banana, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, a chocolate chip granola bar, a chocolate chip granola bar, a chocolate chip granola bar, and a chocolate chip granola bar. The goofiness of Wii Fit aside, I came to the conclusion towards the end of my last few days of workout that I had to save this experiment by doing 2 weeks of my own workout program, checking in with Wii Fit to make sure my weigh-in difference was accurate. So I spent the next 2 weeks doing miscellaneous workouts, following random YouTube 10-minute ab workout videos to see if I could drop below the obese tab into the overweight tab. And this wore me out so fast. For the first time in 30 days, I felt like I was actually working out, and at the weigh-in 2 weeks later, the results really showed. Sadly, I didn't hit the overweight tab, but I did make it 0.2 pounds above it, so I'm fine with that. So, did Wii Fit actually work? No, not at all. And I have some thoughts on why. Between every workout, no matter how intensive, you're stuck waiting on your points to tally up, the scoreboard animation, picking your next workout, the balance board resyncing, and loading screens. Taking enough time for your heart rate to drop all the way down, even if you pick each workout out of the frequently used list like I did, saving you the time of finding each workout, you're still wasting a lot of time. When working out on my own, I could consistently move from one workout to the next only breaking when I needed a rest or a drink. Now I don't think Wii Fit is completely useless. Some of the games are just fun to play and they do get you up and moving, which is different from most gaming experiences. But Wii Fit did do a great job of keeping me consistent to lighten up the amount I was going to get berated by the Wii balance board each night. And without it, I don't think I would have done the next 2 weeks consistently, because since then, I've fallen off my workout schedule, as you can see. But the game just doesn't work for me outside of keeping me on a routine. Due to the lack of speed keeping me moving from thing to thing and the no variety in workouts, with most of the game just being balance focused, which has led me to believe that balance is a big issue in Japan. I've never been to Japan, but now I assume people fall over constantly there. So, thanks for that, Wii Fit. So that's really it. Did it work? No. Will it work for you? I have no idea. Everyone's different. I'm not the authority on weight loss. Obviously. I started this in July, it's almost October, and I look the exact same. Anyway, if this entertained you for at least 30 seconds or so, subscribe to the channel if you want to see me talk about comic book movies and games, or I guess whatever other thing I feel like spewing out to an audience now. The channel is over 100 subscribers now, which is incredible. I didn't expect to get even half of that when I started the channel, so I can't thank all of you enough for sticking around, or even if you just watch some of this one. It means the world to me. And with that out of the way, I'll be back next time with some more comic book stuff, so I'll see you when I'm facing that way.
I got a strike.